The other day I was teaching Romeo and Juliet to a group of high school students, and I said, why are we studying this play that's more than 500 years old? Is there nothing better, newer that we could study? And then I pulled up this book as an example, Burn the Water. I said, this is why we're studying Romeo and Juliet, guys, is because Romeo and Juliet, it's a classic template for lovers gone astray, lovers who are separated because they're on the wrong sides of the track, opposite feuding families, ergo Burn the Water. And I pulled this book up and I said, if you like Romeo and Juliet, you're going to love this book. And I didn't help my case much by saying, it's from Billy Ray. Billy Ray's one of the screenwriters for The Hunger Games. And I said, Billy Ray, just add Cyrus to it and you've got Achy Breaky Heart, father of Miley, the dude who's currently dating Elizabeth Hurley. And the class completely fell off the rails from there, but I gathered their attention and I rebounded by saying this is a great book for you young adult readers. If you want something new and edgy and you don't want to read that 500-year-old play, you want to read young adult MG stuff that reads like a movie. And that's what's so impressive about Burn the Water. It reads like a movie, and that is not a bad thing. There are very few books, very few MG lit or young adult books that we run across that read like a movie. Granted, when you read it, it processes your imagination and it fires that in ways that hopefully kind of they give you, they give you mojo. They give you, wow, they make you creative, they make you happy, they make you think. And that's exactly what Burn the Water does. When you read the first chapter, you're like, wow, I have read every word in this first chapter. I don't read every word to any chapter anywhere, but I've read every word here because I wanted to, because it feels real and it's succinct, but there's power in each word. It's there for a purpose. It's not just some filler nonsense. So you read the second chapter and you're like, well, let's see if it follows suit. And it does. The second chapter is as good, and chapters 1 and 2, it baits the hook because you meet the two separate families, or the two separate clans, for lack of a better term, because the year is 2525. It's London, and London is flooded. It's flooded everywhere. It's dystopian. You've got two warring factions, one kind of peaceful sub-fraction, and nobody gets along. Nobody has metal. Any piece of metal is then melted down immediately into a bullet. It is straight up medieval. But everybody remembers computers. Everybody remembers the times they had cell phones. There's still a T-Mobile dealership that's washed up, and they use it for refuge, but the metal is long gone. It is kind of like, you know what it reminded me of? And I just remember this. It kind of reminded me of Planet of the Apes in a way, because except the humans could talk and there weren't apes, but the world was like that, in that there were vestiges of a previous civilization. And in Burn the Water, the two tribes, they're aware something happened, but they're fighting. But they've been fighting for so long, they don't even know why they're fighting anymore. And as the book goes on, the young love and the young lover, they make progress, but it's a forbidden love because they're from two separate sides of the camp. And what could happen? A paradigm shift happens. Something unbelievable that happens when you think of it in the terms of London is washed out. And if you're a washed out poor Londoner, you're thinking, I just live here, nothing else exists. But then you imagine the world. And you're like, okay, if this happened in London, it had to happen other places too. And I don't want to give it away because there are some great surprises in this book. My one complaint with it, and it was easily absolved once I thought about it, was the ending. It ends in a way that's reminiscent of Thelma and Louise. Kind of. The ending is not very typical for a young adult or MG lit book because it's real. And you normally expect kind of a fake out, like whatever, like the princess is saved with a kiss on the forehead or something like that. But it's kind of a sacrificial ending. Oh, did I give it away? It's kind of an ending that you don't expect and is presented in such a way that's very clever. And when the book ends, you're like, oh, this sucked, because I really wanted more of this, because Burn the Water builds a world, and so few books that we read that are YA or MG lit successfully build a world. But this world, you're like, wow, this is great. So when this happens, this shift at the end, you're like, oh, well, that sucked. I wanted to read more. Don't worry. Look at the spine of Burn the Water. Look, there's a 1. That means that hopefully they want to build some more. And then you're like, okay, I can see it. Build some more, because it really is better than it should be. You think to yourself, I've sworn off dystopian stories. Totally get that. This one is great. It's refreshing, and it skewers a little older than The Hunger Games. Last year, my class of 10th and 9th graders read The Hunger Games, and frankly, it was kind of embarrassing because class was far too easy for that book. That book was simple. That's a middle school book, and why high school kids are reading that is really criminal. This is a better book for them, and the content is going to be just perfect for them because, yeah, it's boyfriend, girlfriend, but there's nothing adult or gratuitous in it. It's young adult greatness. High school classes, jump into this. Upper, middle school, ELA classes, jump into this. You'll love it, and you'll want the sequel done ASAP. It's Burn the Water by Billy Ray, and it's really fabulous.